Hey, cousins and friends, it's Kara, and I am back with part 3 of my endometriosis story. So, I know when we left off, I told you we would meet Dr. L, but we got some things we got to do in between then. So, when I left Dr. B's office, that was in April, getting those results. Dr. L is very, very in demand. He's one of the greatest at what he does. With that being said, I could not get in to see him until September. And I was doing okay. I was managing my symptoms. I was still taking the pill that was supposed to stop my cycle. However, I was having breakthrough bleeding so much. I lived in the always sleep pants, like the overnight period panties. Those were my regular everyday underwear until the day I had surgery. So we are in the space that I like to call the interim. While waiting to have surgery, I was out. We had our annual family and friends day in August. I was out. I was having a great time, drinking, hanging with my family. But I kept getting these periods of like chills. And I know I was drinking, but I kept getting an urgency to go to the restroom. I would go to the restroom and feel like I had to go, but maybe, have just a couple trinkles. Didn't really think much of it. I was inebriated. I left there. I went to my brother's show, had a great time, drank some more, just enjoying my weekend, enjoying the summer, right? Despite of everything I was going through. My brother drops me off after his show, and as I'm going upstairs to where we're staying at the time, I hear like this pop inside of me. I make it to the bathroom, and there is just a bloody horror show. I woke up in the morning, and it was like nothing happened as far as blood was concerned. However, now I'm getting these really bad abdominal cramps, almost like I needed to have a bowel movement. I go to the bathroom, I push, nothing happened. And this went on for about a day until the pain just got so excruciating and I started shivering more, realizing that I had a fever. We go to the emergency room. I tell them my symptoms. I tell them about the endometriosis and how I'm waiting to meet a specialist, a gynecologist who's going to be doing surgery, just all the things I'm going through. The emergency room initially diagnosed me with a UTI. They gave me antibiotics and sent me home. After being on antibiotics for a day, maybe a day and a half, with them not working at all and the pain getting worse, my mom took me back to the emergency room. This time they did a CT scan. They discovered that I had a condition called hydrouredonephrosis. I'm going to say that again, hydrouredonephrosis. And they also discovered that there was a large mass of endometriosis in my pelvic area right near my bladder. So, this massive endometriosis, I believe it was fed by the hormones in the pill that I was taking. I have no scientific proof of this, but this is just my thought process and kind of how science works. So yeah, as I told y'all before, I have sickle cell. Hydrouredonephrosis is the most pain I have ever felt in my life. And let me explain what this condition is. The mass was blocking, like pressing down on my ureters. Your ureters are the tubes that carry urine from your kidneys to your bladder so that you can void, yield, okay? Those tubes were being crushed by this mass, and as a result, instead of going down into my bladder and having me urinate, my urine was flowing back into my kidneys, causing them to swell. So I ended up having to be hospitalized and having ureter stents placed so that I can use the restroom on my own. And as I record these videos, I'm realizing exactly how much trauma my body has actually went through over the last year. I think this is a good time to pause. I just need to collect myself. When I come back, I'll tell you all about Dr. L and how we got to where we are today. I think we still have a few more parts, but yeah, we're getting there. Thank you so much for listening to my endometriosis story. Again, I'm sharing my story in order to help you understand what I've been through, why I started the GoFundMe, and why I need your help. But also so you understand what women with endometriosis are suffering through silently. 1 in 10 women has an endometriosis diagnosis. All right, y'all. It's been a lot. I'm done. Bye.